You don't get to mess up. If you mess up, we got to keep going. I got to look professional.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, guys, Jonah Bunch here with Bunch's Diesel. Today we're going to do the walkthrough of the concrete. So Brandon here is here with, is it Precision Concrete?
Precision Concrete, yes, sir.
Precision Concrete finishes, finishing. And so these guys have done all the concrete throughout the whole building. We're going to kind of do a walkthrough. Like I said, they just finished pouring this side right here. So we'll let Brandon kind of walk through how, I guess, start to finish, because the other side of the building is pretty well dry, and then we'll come into the inside that they did a month or so ago. So Brandon, when you're starting this, so Wesley, come over and look at this. What are you looking for as far as the process of putting concrete down? So we got a bunch of footage that he'll had in here of of the truck pouring it out. But as far as at this stage, kind of what are you looking for to go to your next step?
So a lot of times, in the concrete world, it always starts off with the grade work. So, once we start, we got to decide what the end goal is going to be. Here in this particular spot, we talked about putting some slope on it. We didn't really want to do a trench drain, so we actually valleyed the concrete out. Yep. So, of course, we started off with getting the grade right, and then went straight into the placement of the pour. When we're placing the pour, we're always looking, depending on what the job is, it's always going to vary what we need. But the guys will get in there and they'll shoot in the exact grade. That way we can get the fall right, make sure there ain't no water heading into the building. So, the first process here, the guys put it down, get the screed work done, and then they'll eventually bull float it, and that'll work up to the process of getting it broomed to the desired roughness, which, it always depends on the application here. A medium to a rough broom is always going to be what you're going to prefer for any type of commercial shop or parking lot.
Just to make it not be slick.
Yeah, you don't want it to be slick. You sliding around, that's no good on it, especially anything commercial, industrial wise.
Cool. Well, let's walk around here on the edge, and we'll show kind of, like I said, this has just got done, and I guess they call it bull floating. Just run the big thing through here.
Bull floating this section. As they go through, they'll start hitting the edges. After the bull float's done, once it gets a little bit harder, they'll start hitting the edges, and then floating the edges out. That'll be a pretty simple process throughout there. Give it a good look.
Cool. Well, let's walk around here on the edge, and we'll show that process. So we've got over here. This was done this morning, so this is a little farther along the process. So I'll kind of let Brandon show you. This is what he was talking about with the broom finish. So you can kind of come up here and zoom in and show how this looks. And this is the texture you're trying to get to, correct?
Yeah, this back here, we kind of desired to have more of a medium finished broom, of course, because it's more of a walkway area. The more you're going to drive over something, the more that the broom marks will eventually wear off. So the lighter the traffic, the lighter broom that we can go with. The lighter the broom, most of the time, the better the look. You start getting a heavy broom, people tend to not like it. But, when you got trucks coming across like you're going to have coming into the shop there, we want a little bit heavier of a broom.
Just so it don't tear up as bad.
Exactly. But this area right here, this has been broomed. Looks pretty good. Looks like a couple wet sections over here they're going to have to finish up. But all the way down through here has been broomed. That's about a medium to light broom.
Cool. All right, so let's go inside and show you what the slick concrete finish looks like. So we did this, 2 months ago or so?
Yeah, around
2 or 3 months ago. This is you're finishing this one different. So what did you do finishing-wise in here versus outside?
So, of course, like I said, we always start with the base. In here, it's the same process. Once we place the concrete, we actually ended up placing this particular pad with a laser screed to get the, just a good flat floor.
And the laser screed is going to be, and he can add this in here, it's the big robot arm that they run that morning.
So that's the first initial process, and after that, we actually we put ride-on machines on there with pans on it. The purpose of those pans is actually give you a flatter floor. So those will come out. If there was any imperfection, those pans will actually take that out. At some point, the concrete is going to get to a point where it's a little bit harder. That's when you take the pans off, start putting the blades on it. This particular slab, we ended up using Wagman Polypro blades. Gives you a nice sheen to the finish. Doesn't leave as many dark burnish marks as well. So
yeah, it's real slick in here too. It's nice.
Yeah, and that
makes it a lot easier to clean up.
Yeah, it makes it awesome. I mean, those especially using those poly blades is what we use on this slab. It'll always give it you don't see as many varnish marks. You don't see as many scratches. Those plastic blades, they do a much better job in the finishing.
Yeah, we've
process.
noticed already cleaning up. It's cleaning up a lot better than that one up there.
Yeah,
too.
It's definitely different the way that it seals the concrete. Yeah. So the way that a metal blade will seal the concrete compared to a plastic blade, of course, is going to be different because you got different materials actually finishing on the concrete. So those plastic ones, they do a nice job of sealing it up and making it look good.
Cool deal. Okay, guys. So before we wrap up here, I just kind of want to again thank Brandon for coming out and doing this with us. Brandon, kind of give us a backstory on how you got started in the concrete business. I know that you're a younger local guy here too. So how did you get started doing concrete?
Yeah, so we, always been around concrete. My family was in the concrete industry and making the concrete. They got out of that business and eventually done some other development type work. And I noticed that there was a need, especially in the local area, for someone to come in and do concrete work for people at a reasonable price. So we started doing concrete work, doing small. I started my company off with one guy. It was me and one other guy.
How old did you started that?
I started that when I was around 19 years old.
Okay.
Pretty much straight out of high school, I started that. We were doing very small projects, just kind of working where we could, get a job here and there. Ended up word of mouth just kept spreading. Now we've grew to a company that's got 20 to 30 employees, sometimes more. I think the thing that really separated us apart from most other concrete companies would be the fact of the technology that we use.
Mm-hmm,
so
absolutely.
I was a firm believer the more that I could innovate with technology, the more that I could grow. Like I said, we placed this slab with a laser screed. We actually just purchased a larger laser screed and got rid of the smaller one that we did this slab. So the things that we're able to offer to people now is just something that you don't get from your everyday concrete company.
And I think that's the big thing that drew me to Brandon is he's kind of doing in the concrete world what we're doing with trucks is, we're really trying to focus on giving the customer the most high end thing that we can do. And like I said, when we first had the conversation of like, hey, I can get this concrete within, a super tight that, even when we laid out the building, we was in 1/10 of an inch square for the whole building. Like being able to do things at that quality it really means a lot, especially to people like us that are trying to do things at a high level. So thank you guys for doing that. And make sure y'all follow Brandon on social media if you want to throw that out there.
Yeah, we're on Facebook, Precision Concrete Finishings.
guys, so Jonah Bunch here. We are getting concrete poured this morning. It is right at about 3 a.m. They're getting everything set up. They've got this big robot set up, and the way this works, from my understanding, is they're using this laser setup here, and the robot's going to go through as they're pouring the concrete and make it all perfectly flat. So they've got the big boom pump hooked up. They're going to start pouring concrete in about 30 minutes. So we'll kind of get some shots of how that's going, and then we'll work through the day. We do set up a time lapse and just add a bunch of videos together, so we should have a full start to finish job of this whole slab getting poured. So make sure you stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it.